Coach Miller, and welcome to All Marine Fighter. Today in our Boxing Aftermath series, it was Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor, and what a fight it was. It was definitely one-sided in a way, but it wasn't a one-sided fight that was not entertaining. It was definitely a very skillful fight. Josh Taylor showed that he is an outstanding champion and a good fighter. He was good, but Teofimo was great. And Teofimo put on his A game and just completely dominated Taylor. Teofimo took everything from Taylor at every single aspect. Took his punches, outskilled him, everything. It was a great fight. Now, Josh Taylor had a pretty long layoff at this time, and you could definitely see that there was a skill gap between Teofimo and Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor is a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. He's a good fighter, but he's just not on the same level as Teofimo Lopez. Lopez's reflexes were outstanding. His countering off Josh Taylor was unbelievable. Starting right off in the very beginning of the fight, round 3 was kind of funny because you could see a little bit of frustration from Taylor because he was pressing on Teofimo. Teofimo got caught in the rope, and Josh had a habit of pushing him down, like forcing his body down, and Teo was stuck in the ropes, so he gave him a short little uppercut before the ref said stop, and he got corrected by the ref about punching him when the guy was down, and it wasn't that hard, so it could have been a point deduction if it was much harder, and even a DQ if something worse happened, right? But then when they come back together back in the ring, when they do their like little salute, you know, be able to touch a glove or whatever, Taylor faked like he was going to touch a glove with Teofimo and then went out to stick him with a jab, but Teofimo saw it coming and dodged out of the way. I was like, oh, it's going to be like that, huh? Taylor looked hurt several times in the fight. Round 7 was one of those rounds where Teofimo countered him and nailed him hard. There were several body shots that nailed Taylor, to include some nice counters to his head that just rocked him, but Teo was able to put him down. I will say this, though, that Taylor did show that he is a true champion and fighting out of being hurt. You could tell that he got rocked a few times, but, you know, having that championship experience, fighting through adversity, being able to fight out through being buzzed, I mean, that shows the kind of champion that he truly is. Now, it should be noted that Teofimo Lopez started really slow. He kind of has a habit of doing that, but it looked like he was losing some of those early rounds, but then he slowly, gradually just picked it up. And by round 8, you really saw the countering, the dancing, the moving of Teofimo Lopez. I mean, he was ducking and jiving and doing this this weird stare down, you know, karate / move. It was pretty funny. I mean, he was nailing Taylor with these check hooks with Taylor coming in, which is pretty good against the left-hander, I might say. Taylor would come in with a jab or something, and Teo would dodge it out and just come in with a nice little short hook and just nail Taylor. And so those were very, very effective for him that night. He kept doing this little, what I call the Teofimo wiggle. You just have to see the fight to be able to know what I'm talking about. But he does this like little wiggle thing, just messing with Taylor. It's pretty funny. The body shots that Teo was delivering to Josh Taylor were very, very effective. You could just hear the thump on Josh's body from Teo. So Teo, being the smaller man, understood that, hey, you got to be able to work the body. Taylor likes to move a lot, so slow this dude down. Take away his advantages. Taylor just played into every strength that Teofimo had. By round 9, Teo was hunting Taylor and just following him around the ring. I can say that it probably would have been a little bit better if Teo would have cut the ring off a little bit more. But that being said, it was definitely apparent that Taylor did not want to trade with Lopez. And I do have to commend Lopez because he was throwing punches from very awkward, difficult angles. He had some creative punching. I like that with fighters who do that. I did that as a fighter. There are things that you can get away with if you're skillful and you do certain types of punches, skillful punches at the right time, whether it's up jabs. Teofimo had this nasty up jab, caught Josh a couple different times. It was beautiful. Or he would throw his right hand at an awkward angle and it would make connection with Taylor's jaw. I like when fighters do that. It lets you know that they're thinking about what their opponent's doing and how they can score. And you could definitely see that Lopez was having a good old time in there, and he was not afraid of Taylor. And really, Taylor kept getting caught with punches he should not have been getting caught with, because every time he throw a combination, he's still standing there in front of Lopez to get countered. Taylor had been out of the ring for some time, so he had some ring rust, but he just could not shake that. You couldn't just stick and move. Couldn't pivot. I mean, Teofimo was pivoting rather nicely. His movement was pretty good. But Taylor he would sit there and throw the punches and then like admire his work. And even the commentator was it Timothy Bradley, right? Yeah. Even the commentator, Timothy Bradley, was making a comment on this. Like, yeah, he keeps getting caught with these nasty counters because he's still standing in front of Lopez. By rounds 11 and 12, Lopez was just completely outpointing, outdoing, and just embarrassing Taylor. I mean, it was definitely a masterclass by Lopez. And I'm really happy that Lopez finally got together as a fighter. He was the perfect case of what happens when you have success. It gets to your head, you fall off the map, and a lot of times fighters don't come back from that. So the fact that Lopez could come back from that and get back into the mind of boxing, get his mind right. He's got a lot of personal things going on. Taylor just could not take advantage of that. And thus Lopez just completely dismantled Taylor at every point. Overall, it was a great fight. I mean, Lopez just took everything that Taylor had as far as punching. And it was pretty back and forth, I will say that. But there was a definite skill gap with the type of shenanigans that Lopez was pulling. That being said, it's still an excellent fight to watch. And congratulations to Lopez for winning the fight. Although it did seem at the end he claimed to be, going into retirement. He has a lot of things in his personal life he's got to sort out. A lot of times when fighters are young, they say they're going to retire. Floyd Mayweather, I think, retired like twice, 3 times. I don't know, man. But let's see if Teofimo comes back. I think he will. He's only 25 once he sorts out some things. So congratulations to him, and great fight. If you like this video, go ahead and click the like button. And of course, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Until next time, stay motivated.